Okay, we're going to do this set. So I'm trying to make more videos. So we're going to do, it's late, so we're going to do a small set. This one is like, a reasonably sized box, but it honestly does not look like there's many pieces in here. Good old 4 Plus. I got this a while ago, I think, reduced to clear as well, which is why it's not very modern. I do have, the most modern set I have, and I've kind of misplaced what I just did with it. I was going to do that one. That's a this season set. But that looks too complicated. So we're not going to. There's 2 bags. I don't understand. That's okay, that's a bit silly. They're just taking the Mickey out, the Mick in this one, aren't they? Alright, so I think we can manage this. I'm using a new SD card in my camera because the last one wasn't very good. Like, it wasn't very fast enough. So we're going to use this one. Hopefully everything goes well. This bag actually has 1 person in it. It doesn't even have 2. Like, it's just her with the cool helmet and the hair, but we don't care about the hair. We want the helmet. Sorry. And there we go. Look at that. That's pretty neat. And I'm going to kind of guess that the fire just like goes 2 on each, without even looking at the next page. I think I have done the entire first bag in record time. Look at that, I did it. I did the whole thing. I've done the whole thing, and that's it. That's several pages done and dusted, so we can push those off to the side. And here we go. So I actually went to the Pick-a-Brick thing and I got, I think it was some pieces of this colour. This you can't tell on the camera, but this is that funny yellow that's kind of looks like fluorescent yellow, but also looks like it's a bit washed out, like a bit like the plastic colour isn't that good. But what's this? There's heads in there. This is strange. I don't see why they made 2 bags. There was no point to this. Yeah, maybe it isn't that colour. I've got all these Pick-a-Brick things. That's getting ridiculous. It's always, I mean, if you've ever watched this channel, I can go on and on and on about how many times I go to the Pick-a-Brick thing and never actually, well, I haven't got a plastic container to put them in. Well, I have, I just haven't done the incredibly small amount of effort of moving it to where I am sitting at this desk. So we'll do that soon because we've got to get this. My chair is very squeaky. I've got to oil it. So enough of that silliness. Let's get this done because this is a late night video and I want this done so that I can move on with my life. I'm feeling slightly, still a bit down today. It's a very weird sensation because of this thing that I want to release, to let the world see what I made. And I just feel like no one's going to care. No one's going to like it. No one's going to want to use it. So I've just wasted a lot of my time in my life. But I actually like doing it, and it's been lots and lots of fun, and I want to keep doing it. And I need to find ways of doing that. And then I went to like, oh well, today I'll actually put it up on the website. And then I realised, oh, there's a slight error in my new build that I made for this thing. So now I have to redo the whole process again, which doesn't take very long. But I put these yellow ones here. Like I know that the next page doesn't say that, but I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah, right. And but I did add a little extra feature, which wasn't a real feature, but it's a little bit of visual clue about something. So that will make it a bit more interesting. So it doesn't matter. I'm talking about stuff that has no relevance to this channel, but it has relevance to me, and that's what matters. This is just me talking about random things. The only other exciting thing that happened today, well, other than bits and pieces, is I've watched some more episodes of The Whitest Kids You Know. I've only just started watching them because they came up in my suggested YouTube videos. So that's exciting, right? That's like a thing that's happened. So there's actually more pieces in this set than I was expecting, to be honest, because I just thought it was going to be like plonk, 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 and you're done. That's what you get, the impression you get from the front of the box. Like, it just looks like that's just one. I just kind of, because this is one big piece, and you kind of think like that's going to be just one big piece. So there's slightly more work than I thought, but not a huge amount. This is for 4+. So yeah, and I did manage. Oh, I had it. It was right here. Here's my little, well, one of my little Emacs FPV. What's it? So in the last video I mentioned this. So this thing here, I don't understand it. It just doesn't stay on. It's faulty. I replaced the battery on the inside, but this thing doesn't seem to. So it's really nice. So I did buy one off AliExpress. So that's an exciting thing for my day. I remember. Oh, but I didn't remember. I really want to get a concave mirror. No, concave mirror. But you know, so because I want to teach children how to burn leaves, which is an odd thing to want to do. It's just when I was a little kid, we had like drinking fountains, and they'd be like metal bowls, and one of them was just in the right position, and was just the right sort of quality that it would sort of like focus the light, and if you found the exact point where all the light focused, you could burn leaves. Like if you had like some small dried leaves, they wouldn't catch fire, but they would sort of burn away. And it's like, oh, why do I put this thing on the camera if it's just going to fall off? But I think I know why it's falling off, actually, because the camera is right next to the light, and it seems to be okay for the camera, but this is quite warm. I think the heat expands it and it just falls off. I don't even know if there's any point leaving it there. It's just I leave it there because I might need it when I go out, if I take the camera with me, which I don't normally take that camera with me, but you never know. And we've done this. So yeah, I did order the little thing off AliExpress, but I forgot whatever else I was going to do. The concave mirror, that's right. So the thing is, I wanted to buy a concave mirror. It's some sort of thing that I could, when I don't think you can buy them, like very easily. Because precisely for the point that they could be used for burning things. Because I tried it with like magnifying glasses, and honestly, we don't have the sun at the moment to make things. I don't have a big enough. Is there not going to be a piece that goes across here? Hold on. Why is there not a piece that goes? Why does a piece not go? Because it feels like there's a gap. Like you can see, there's a gap. Like yeah, there you go. You can see the gap right in between there. Like one piece. Like just having a black piece there. Do I have a spare one on the table? Because this is part of the set. No. I don't seem to have. I do have a few things I could use. Alright, I'm going to use. I don't think it does matter. Okay, we've got these ones. We'll use a grey one. Hold on, what? I'm going to drop it. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe there's a point to the fact that it doesn't. Maybe because it's just really hard to get in there, and I guess that's why I can't use a pink one. I've only got one grey. Alright, we're going to use the pink one. Okay, so the pink one's going to go there. Oh, no. Gosh. I think it would be easier. Why am I doing this? Why am I spending this much time? Alright, there we go. And then that's going to go there. Who knows? And the good thing, of course, printed pieces. Gotta love those 4-year-olds for that. If there's one thing that 4-year-olds have done for this world, it's printed pieces. We thank you for your service. And then that one goes there, and that one goes there. To be honest, I actually thought this was one giant window piece looking at the front of the box. And so I was kind of looking forward to getting the giant window piece. So I'm kind of like, what? It's 3 window pieces? I've been duped. But that's okay. And I jumped ahead. So, go me. And then this piece goes across here. Oh, that was a good crunch. That was satisfying. I'm kind of sad I don't get to do that again. Alright, so that goes there. That's not going to be quite the crunch. And that one goes there. And that piece goes there. I did have a really, like, one of my favourite sets when I was a child was, because I didn't have a lot of Lego when I was a kid, I just had a couple of sets. And one of them was a fire engine that came with a little ladder, and it had a little rope thing with a thing, and it had the ladder was, sorry, I'm yawning. The ladder was on a piece that rotated around in quite a big one, and it was like one of my most valuable pieces to have. And I think I used the pieces from that fire truck in other creations, and I was quite fond of the little figures that came with it. So I always like getting fire engines. I mean, I've had quite a few fire engines over the years. And now we have to do this thing. So this is what I was kind of thinking, this bit's not really getting any action, but we're about to go a little wild, I think. Oh, that's nice. Okay, that's going to go there. Now it's not looking quite as shabby as it was before. And now we get to use this black piece. And I'm about to put it there, but we'll just wait a second. And so this is where the ladder is going to come in. This is quite a straightforward way of doing this. The ladder that I had on when I was a kid was a different style to this one. The earlier style. I must have cut myself today. Nice. And then we're going to add this to the top. And that's to the top. What is this thing for? Because I think that's just how it goes. It just goes like that. But you can't rotate. So that's the thing I'm missing in this one. You can't rotate the ladder around. So this is not a patch on the one that I had as a child, in my opinion. But then again, I didn't get that when I was 4. I probably was a bit older. There we go. And was probably quite expensive for my parents. I have to, like, Lego was not cheap when I was a child. In New Zealand, it was, especially when I like find the old boxes and like they're still like a small set, which would be like less pieces than a polybag one. Like we're talking like, 10, 20 pieces. Oh, I put them on the wrong way. Would be like $10 in 1980s money, which is considerably higher than $10. Well, would cost more. You're looking at like, I don't know, $20, $30, $40 or something in today's money. Let's just say $30. Let's just say 2% inflation every year, which is, well, no, that's 2% is only 35 years to double in price. Who knows? But it feels like things cost more than twice than they did in the 80s. Anyway, so we have, you might be wondering, how did I do how long does it take to double if you have 2% inflation every year? Well, if you have a 2% increase, you just divide 70 by the 2, and that's how I get 35. So it takes 35 years. Anyway, so if it was, 7% a year, it would take 10 years to double, because 70 divided by 10 is 70 divided by 7 is 10. Yay, maths. So now I've learned and lost their hair already. Well, he's got brown hair, and she's got black hair, and this dude's got his head. He's lost his hair. Well, she's gonna have that. This is what real firefighters should look like, if you ask me. So, in we go. That is the fire engine, and it's not that. It's all right, I guess. I can see why it was reduced to clear, but this was the last one in the shop. I don't remember. I think it was, I don't even remember how I got this. I think I must have got it from the cheapy shop, because I just sort of had it, and I'm like, I don't remember going to the cheapy shop recently, but I wouldn't have bought this otherwise. So there we go. Thanks for watching. That was a unexciting video, but it's all in the name. So this one here is at the shop. And I should have double checked to see if this was cheap, because I want the sheep, even though I've got some sheep. It's got some sheep and a little baby sheeps and a little baby sheep's dog and some carrots. So that one was more expensive than I would think it should be. And this car here, I keep looking at this car. I'm like, have I done this car? I don't remember if I've ever done this one. And I keep looking at it going, oh, I should get that one. And the donut one looks fine, but I kind of want the hamburger one still, which is in the shop. And it's like last year's or the year before. It's like a little hamburger truck, and it's got like a little shop on the thing, and you can take them apart, and they're two separate things. But they haven't reduced it to clear, even though it's well over a year old. Now this one's in. And it's like, well, that's kind of cool. But anyway, enough chit chat. It's done. Have a good evening. Bye.